Okay guys, hey, what's up? So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to defeat Nightmare King Grimm. So this guy is unlocked after beating regular Grimm, and he is one of the hardest bosses in the game. He's super difficult and a pretty big challenge, especially for me. So as you can see, I'm actually not fully geared. I do not have the fully upgraded nail, or the mask, or the soul container thing. This is just to show you that you guys can do anything. This boss, if you can get good at it, you can do it too. He's not that difficult. He's not that difficult if you know how to practice, and if you put in the work, I'm sure that you can beat him even with the basic now. So now I'm going to show my charms. So first off, we have the quick slash, because that's really good for generating soul, and it's a great way of doing damage in general. I will be using this for most of my damage calculations. I have the mark of pride, because it's great for the range, and it's super useful for the down pogo. The Grim Child, because this guy is a pedophile and he needs a child with him at all times. And the Sharp Shadow. So the Sharp Shadow is just cool. I like the Sharp Shadow. But yeah, we're gonna dream nail him, and we're gonna head over to the boss arena. But other than that, yeah, we'll get started. This fight is very difficult. It's going to take a lot of practice. It's going to take you multiple attempts to get this done, so don't worry, don't get frustrated if it's taking you a while. Take a break, come back at it, and promise you will beat this eventually. But yeah, let's get into this. I, of course, have had a lot of practice with this fight, so this ought to be super easy. Okay guys, so if you can tell from the death montage, this fight is very difficult even for someone with practice like myself, but hopefully with this guide, bit of a lag spike there, you guys will be able to do this just as easily as this attempt. But anyways, we get in, open up the fight. Something you should know about this fight is that it is a tennis match. That is the #1 thing you should know about it, and that is he's gonna use his moves. You have to learn to react to them and respond accordingly. Another thing that you have to know is that you have to keep damaging them. That's very important. You may think, oh, I don't have any chances to do any damage. You have to find those opportunities, otherwise you're never going to beat him. It's going to take a while. So now let's get into some of his moves. So first one is that weird spike move. This one I'm probably the most inconsistent with. It's kind of difficult to learn. It's not that bad, actually. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to see the spikes. You have a half second. You have a split second to realize, are you on top of a spike? If so, just tap the left button, tap the right button. You'll walk out of it. Or you might be safe. You might be already in a safe spot, in which case just stay still. I mean, pretty obvious when you think about it, but the important bit here is not to get flustered. A lot of times people will overreact to it, and they'll get frightened and they'll say, oh shit, I gotta dash, I gotta do something like that. Just don't worry, just either stay still or dash a little. So now we're gonna talk about the move that he just did, which is a sort of dash uppercut type thing. This is probably gonna be your favorite move, because this is the chance that you have to heal. Basically, he's gonna spawn a set distance from you, see what side he's on. All you gotta do is dash away from him. That's it. Even with the shadow sneak, even with the regular sharp shadow, then all you have to do is just dash away and immediately start healing. You can use this opportunity to do damage. Basically what you want to do is you want to get close enough to hit him and immediately start healing. That way you can avoid the red balls of death. That's your easiest and best way to do it. You can sharp shadow through him, which does help, but you are going to have to move a bit inward in order to avoid the fireballs. This is going to be your best move, because if you can dash away from him and immediately start healing, you will not only be safe, but you will get a chance to, heal. I mean, it's going to be probably your most favorite move because of this healing opportunity. Okay, now I'm going to talk about that, Fire Geyser move that he does. So this Fire Geyser is probably your best opportunity to do damage, because not only does he stay very still, but he also spawns them very predictably. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to walk towards him. That's it. You're going to walk very slowly. Don't dash. Don't do anything. Wait for the fire geysers to explode and use this opportunity to hit him 3 times. Usually what I do is I jump up, hit him once, jump up, hit him twice, then jump up and hit him from the side, as you can see from my video there. Sometimes you'll only get 2 hits in, that's fine. but you do want to have to do damage here. If you end up going the wrong way, you can use your Shadow Dash ability to get through. Again, Shadow Sneak helps out greatly here, but this is your chance to do damage, and if you manage to time it right, you can actually do a Howling Raids move, which I don't do too often because I like to have the soul to heal in case I, need to heal. Especially since right after this he does a stagger, so. Okay, now his dive move. So this dive move is probably one of the most difficult to react to. Basically what he'll do is he'll dive towards you, and then he'll dash in whatever direction you're in. The easiest way to do this is just to jump up, pogo off of him, and dash away from the direction that he's moving. So you don't want to dash away from the pointy tip, you want to dash towards him. That way he'll end up going in the opposite direction as you. So this is the best way to avoid damage, since what it'll do is he'll end up standing up at the end of the move, and his head does have a hitbox and it can hit you. So again, the easiest way to do it, just jump up, down, pogo, dash in the opposite direction as him. Okay, so now we're going to talk about this weird, fire bats move. So this move is another super easy one. Basically, all you're going to want to do is jump up, dash towards him, and start hitting him. I've been able to get 3 hits on consistently. Not too consistently, but especially if I'm far away. But most of the time, you'll be able to get 2 or 3 hits in. It's super easy to do. You just have to do, not a full hop, but, almost a full hop. Eyeball it. If you don't have the Sharp Shadow, again, it's really helpful because it gets you a lot of distance. You may have to time a double jump, but most of the time what I do is I just jump up, dash towards him, hit him 3 times. It's super easy. The key is in realizing what he's going to do, and reacting to it accordingly. Okay, so now his weird pufferfish mode. This is probably the hardest to do, and it's something I struggle with even now. So what you want to do is you want to go to the back, you want to stand next to the wall, it's under here, not too close, you don't want to be clinging to the wall because that'll slow you down, but you want to make tiny short hops. It's very difficult to avoid damage, and again, Sharp Shadow is super useful here. I highly encourage you to use it, because what ends up happening is you can dash through 2 sets of fireballs. The most common issue is you'll try to jump over a stack of 2, as you might see here, and then eventually you'll end up falling into one. However, with the Shadow Sneak, you can dash through that. You should use Shadow Dash in this position because it is nearly impossible to avoid damage without double jumping or doing something like that. And double jumping does leave you open to other damage from fireballs above you, or you end up landing in the wrong spot. You are going to want some area so you can walk around it, but just be very careful about doing this, okay? It is one of the most difficult moves to get consistently, and practice is really all I can say. Okay, and with that, I think that's all of his moves, all the main ones. Now I'm just going to sort of commentate over the rest of the fight. So as you can see here, right, I do have to dash through him. Unfortunately, I was too close to the wall for that uppercut to not miss me. Something you're also going to know about the Fire Bat's ability is you don't want to get too close to him because he will teleport away, and it can be difficult to avoid. But other than that, yeah, this fight is really about practice and, learning to endure his moves. See right there, Shadow Sneak was super helpful because I was able to get a lot of distance and do proper damage. Another time I had to dash towards him instead. Oh, yep. And I get hit with the spikes. It is very difficult to avoid. So this pufferfish one is one of the times that I actually got away with 0 damage, which was very nice because, usually I end up getting hit. Sometimes you just have to rely on luck, getting you out of the situation. Yep, there I couldn't react in time. I was just a bit slow on the triggers. And that can happen. Again, you do have not a lot of health, but you should have a decent amount of health at this point, so you should be able to, take a couple hits before you end up dying. to there, I ended up missing the healing opportunity. Sorry about that, but sometimes, you know, late into the fight, you can get a little antsy. Yeah, sometimes you can actually charge up great slashes, so they have special nail master arts. Nail master's glory really helps, but I find these kind of annoying to use because they are pretty committal, and sometimes what will end up happening is I need to heal. But other than that, yeah, we beat him. A very difficult boss fight, super challenging. I hope this tutorial helped. I hope you're able to do this in the future. But other than that, I would just say practice. That's probably your best bet of beating him. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.